Well, you have a situation where in the valley, those that are supposedly fighting for Azadi are now, at the behest of Pakistan, spewing a completely different corrosive narrative. It's toxic, it's corrosive, because now their aim has shifted from fighting for rights of the Kashmiri people to establish now what they believe is a caliphate. So this is not really anymore about the right to assert. It's about the right to rule in the name of Islam. An Islamic state is sought to be created in one of the most important states of the Indian Union. That has been made clear by an individual who is leading the Hizbul Mujahideen. The leadership of the Hizbul Mujahideen in Jammu and Kashmir today is telling the youth that you are no longer fighting for Azadi. You are fighting for the right to establish a caliphate in Jammu and Kashmir. It's very, very serious. Yes, this Azadi charade now has been completely blown to bits, exposed. And Pakistan has caught a young mind, and using that young mind wants to influence several other young minds, poison them into believing that they need to turn India into an Islamic caliphate. The danger is real. It's being announced, it's being put up on posters in the state, and those people who refuse to believe it are being killed. A Sarpanch paid for his life because he swore by the idea of India, not the devious politics of a corrosive narrative that is trying to be spread by those that represent the Burhan Wanis and the Sayyid Salahuddins and the Pakistani ISI, Pakistani army and the Pakistani leadership in the valley. He says that this supposed fight for democratic rights, this stone pelting, is haram. Islam doesn't recognize it. And I want to now ask some of those who call themselves stakeholders in Jammu and Kashmir to respond to me this evening. With us is General G.D. Bakshi. Sushil Pandit also is there, founder, Roots in Kashmir, a Kashmiri Hindu who had to leave the valley because some of these individuals said, and let me quote them. This is what they said about Kashmiri Hindus and about those who were non-Muslims when they actually kicked them out of the valley, when they threw them out of the valley. And one of those individuals you just heard was a Hizbul Mujahideen commander. Now let me tell you what the Hizbul Mujahideen said. January 4th, 1990, 27 years ago. Aim of the present struggle is the supremacy of Islam in Kashmir, in all walks of life and nothing else. Anyone who puts a hurdle in our way will be annihilated. Kashmiri Pandits, Kashmiri Hindus responsible for duress against Muslims should leave the valley within 2 days. And we all know what happened after that. Today, after having pulled that state back from the brink, we have a situation where that same hateful rhetoric in the name of Islam, which a large number of Muslims reject, is being peddled again. And I want to ask people such as Nasirul Islam, the Grand Mufti of Jammu and Kashmir, and David Devdas, the author who joins me, who spends a large amount of time in Kashmir and really fights supposedly for the democratic rights of the people of Jammu and Kashmir to secede, etc. I want to ask both of them if today they will recognize that the problem of Kashmir is no longer just some ordinary political problem. Grand Mufti, tell me, sir, will you still say that militants in Kashmir are fighting for the democratic rights of the people when they themselves, when the terrorists themselves, you heard that video, are saying that democracy is haram in Islam? Now tell me.
Mr. Rahul.
Before he answers, could I say one thing?
No, 1 second.
On what
Mr.
basis
Devdas.
do you say that I've been fighting for the right of the Kashmiri people to secede?
Okay, one second.
On what basis do you make this allegation
One second,
about
I'll come to that.
You cannot
can
describe
respond.
me in terms that have nothing to do with the truth.
Okay.
I have never, I have never
relax, calm down.
the right of the Kashmiri people to secede.
Calm down, sir.
On what basis do you make this description?
Because, sir, you've talked about self-determination in the past. You have talked about greater autonomy. Well, it's the same thing. Self-determination is what? Determining what?
When have I talked about self-determination?
One second. I want to bring in the Grand Mufti. Don't try to... 1 second, sir. I'll come to you. I'll come to you. Can you give me 30 seconds?
I have never said anything about either of these
Mr. Devdas, when you stand up for the rights of separatists, you endorse their agenda. When you share a platform with separatists, tell me that you haven't done so. Tell me that you haven't done so.
On what basis do you say
I'm asking you, have you shared a stage with separatists, yes or no? Mr. Devdas, answer me. Do you share a stage? Have you shared a stage with separatists, yes or no?
What?
Have you shared a stage with separatists in the Kashmir Valley, yes or no? I'm asking you. I'm asking you, sir. Have you never stood on the stage and said, which separatists? I'm asking you this.
What you're talking about?
Okay, I'll pull out those facts.
Are you talking about?
1 second, Mr. Devdas. I want to bring in the Grand Mufti once. 1 second.
I don't remember anything of
We will bring in the Grand Mufti once. I'll come to you. Please. The subject is different.
Mr. Rahul.
Now I'm asking you, Mr. Grand Mufti. Kashmiriyat is in trouble.
Yes, I'm not a Grand Mufti. I'm not a Grand Mufti.
Caliphate.
Let me.
The caliphate is being established, and I want to ask you, sir, will you deny it?
Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute, please. Just 1 minute, please. I want to correct you. I am the Deputy Grand Mufti of Jammu and Kashmir.
Okay, sir. Let's hair split on your designation.
Now coming.
I want to ask you.
Now coming.
Are you in denial?
Yes. Now coming to your question. Just 1 minute. Let me come to your answer. I have all time and again we have said that Kashmir is a dispute, internationally recognized dispute. It's the unfinished agenda of UN. So every Kashmiri wants.
What are you talking about?
Kashmir. Pakistan is a state.
What are you talking about?
Pakistan is a stakeholder.
I'm asking you a separate question. I'm asking you a question about a new corrosive,
question is linked.
Poisonous ideology. I'm asking you. Are you endorsing what Burhan Wani's successor is saying, yes or no?
You are picking.
I'm asking you this question.
You are picking. Is that cherry picking? This is.
I'm cherry picking.
This is irrelevant and preposterous.
It's irrelevant.
Preposterous question for us.
That terrorists are wanting to create an Islamic state, and it's irrelevant, sir. When you talk about Hindu terror, it is very relevant. But when we talk about Islamic state being created in the name
nobody wants to create
1 second.
Islamic state.
Of a very corrosive form of Islam, you have a problem when you say it's a secondary question.
We are fighting against the Indian occupation this time. We are not discussing other issues.
Indian occupation, and so you will fight Indian occupation by getting rid of all minorities from your state like you did with Kashmiri Hindus? Is that your way of is that your way, sir, of 1 second, is that your way of establishing Kashmir's independence? Ridiculous. You sit in this country, you get taxpayer, 1 second, you sit in this country and you talk this kind of nonsense.
Played by the government of India.
You talk this kind of nonsense. I want you to condemn this. I want you to condemn this video. Tell me, sir, that democracy is haram. Tell me, sir, democracy is haram. Tell me.
Democracy is a part of Islam.
I'm asking you. This gentleman says, this man says that democracy is haram. Now come out and say that you reject this view. Tell me you reject this view.
Authenticity of this. I don't know authenticity of this statement.
Now you suddenly have now you have your blinkers on. Now you have your blinkers on. You can't see the truth. When I present it to you, you can't see it.
Many agencies.
Sir,
you have many agencies.
Deputy Grand Mufti, I have never met an individual who can be so mealy-mouthed. I have never met an individual who can be so mealy-mouthed such as you. It is shocking today. General G.D. Bakshi.
Okay.
General G.D. Bakshi.
Thank you very much for derogatory remarks.
There's nothing derogatory, sir. It's the fact.
Can I,
Yes,
Mr. Deputy Grand Mufti, Mr. Deputy Grand Mufti, allow me. Please allow me.
Yes.
Kindly allow me
Yes,
some free
yes,
debate.
go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, go
now,
ahead.
Rahul, the fact of the matter is that we have been fed the fiction that what is going on in Jammu and Kashmir is a freedom, inverted commas, freedom struggle for Azadi. Today we have the truth. It is nothing more than an extended communal riot. The valley, which was once Sufi, syncretic, tolerant, inclusive, has been turned into one vast ghetto. Please let me finish. Has been turned into one vast ghetto by people like this Zakir Musa. He is openly telling you that democracy is haram, that it is all for his version of Islam, the Wahhabized version of Islam, the radicalism that is being preached on the net by the ISIS is precisely what this man is talking about. It is no freedom struggle, sir. They have ethnically cleansed 450,000 innocent Kashmiri Pandits. They have raped their women, killed their men. Today they are prepared to kill and be killed on the communal motivations. Purely, you can't do anything. You've done enough. You've done enough by throwing them out of their houses.
You have never been.
So is this any different from the accusations that you make in about Gujarat? Is this any different from the accusations that you have been making about Gujarat? You have thrown people out of their houses. You have killed them. You pick up stones and do riots. You incite people to do riots on a daily basis. You incite them to arson. You incite them to attack the police. You try and push people in the line of fire, civilians, children, women. And then you say it is a freedom struggle. It is a communal riot. You are as guilty of communal rioting as any other hothead.
Injured by the Indian Army, Indian security forces.
This is a poison against humanity. Naturally, we have to stop communalism like this. We have to stop communal behavior like this. No civilized nation state allows ethnic cleansing. No civilized nation state, Deputy Grand Mufti, allows ethnic cleansing, the killing of its citizens, assault on police stations, stone pelting in the roads which can kill people.
You have never
Haven't you done enough?
Whenever you come, you have a hate for
I have never been rational. I am being as rational as possible. Deputy Grand Mufti Sahib.
Okay.
Hate?
No.
I'm telling you, I have hate for communal people. There are some very good Kashmiris that I know.
You have hate
and
for
450,000 Kashmiris.
No,
you have thrown out of their houses.
Whenever you come on
just
the
because
channel
they had a different religion. Can you do that?
David Devdas, first things first.
Rahul, when do I get my say?
I'm coming to you. First things first, Mr. Devdas, clarify your position. 1. 2, I'm very, very keen on you telling us.
Thank you.
If you believe, one second, if you believe, sir, that today,
if you would listen to me while I speak,
today,
you might get an idea of what I stand for.
Today, Kashmiriyat is under threat. 2 questions. Simple.
Kashmiriyat has never been under threat.
May I say something? Kashmiriyat has been under threat for a very long time. In fact, if you read my book, I have made the point that Kashmiriyat is largely a myth. The point is that from 47 on, the argument for Kashmir to be separate or to have autonomy or whatever kind of special status has been based on the argument that Kashmir is a Muslim majority area that has agreed to be a part of what is perceived by many people as a Hindu India. And it is on that basis that Azadi has been talked of. It is on that basis that autonomy has been talked of from the beginning. Now, the point that needs to be noted here
No.
this is a whole new phase entirely. What is happening here is, let me complete my point. Please listen to me for half a minute, and then you can harangue me and berate me to the extent that you want. But please give me a chance to make a point in half a minute. This is a new phase in which the ideas of the Islamic State have been absorbed by not only his commanders, but by a whole lot of young people in the valley, children today, and they do not even respect or accept the leadership of Mr. Gilani. Mr. Gilani already had a problem with Pakistan as a democratic state. This he said to me about 10 years ago during an interview. The point is that these fellows, what they're saying today is in regard to a global Islamic supremacy that rejects the nation state even of Pakistan. So for you to say that they've been taught by Pakistan to say this is to ignore the fact that this goes way beyond. This is against the whole idea of not only democracy, but the whole regime of nation states on which modern political order is based.
I am. Look,
now please harangue me if you wish to, but please take into account that it is not easy. Please take into account, Rahul, before you do that it is not easy to slot me in your for or against categories that you seem to revel in.
I defer to nuance, no problems. But I'm only asking a simple question tonight. And I don't buy this theory of yours that, oh, well, Pakistan, etc., will not back this, etc., etc., because the nature of the Pakistani state today is changing.
It's a theory, it's a fact.
And it is changing in a very fundamental way. And you can see it happening. The discourse there has become radicalized to the point where there is now talk of excluding any other minority that doesn't subscribe to the larger rubric of Wahhabi Islam. We know what is happening.
That is old hat.
We know. I know. New. But that has become now mainstream discourse. At one time, the people of Pakistan themselves rejected that. But unfortunately, the constituency is growing. I want to bring in Sushil Pandit. So here you have a situation, Sushil Pandit. Okay. 1 second, Sushil Pandit. Go ahead, sir.
Rahul, why I'm not surprised looking at this video, and I'm happy Mr. Devdas went back to history, because Jammu and Kashmir was a Muslim majority state when it joined the Indian Union. It was allowed Muslim identity politics in a nation which was being built on secular democratic principles as some kind of a concession. And that immediately degenerated into subnational politics, which again was legitimized by successive central government regimes as some kind of a concession. And then privileges were built into constitutional order in order to keep giving sops and oxygen to this subnational politics, which then degenerated into a secessionist politics, which then degenerated into a pro-Pakistan politics, and now it has hit the nadir by becoming an Islamist caliphate politics.
Yes.
It was just a matter of time. You must realize
you realize that the people of Jammu and Kashmir were not buying this secessionist hogwash that you were putting out there, Grand Mufti, because they are voting and turning to the Indian state. They're voting for Indian democracy. They're voting in record numbers. They are turning to the Indian state for succor. And you people who live off the Indian state today are in a minority. So you're now trying to spin a larger narrative.
Mr. Rahul, I want to correct you.
It is disgusting.
Grand Mufti is the Pakistani mindset on Indian soil.
Yes.
We have no business engaging with him
from the Indian state,
venom,
which is even more shocking. He gets his legitimacy from the Indian government.
Oh, you are a pretender.
From the Kashmir state government. And this man today talks about revolution.
Mr. Sushil Pandit,
Azadi.
Those who honestly believed in Pakistan left Kashmir in 1947. Those who wanted the two-nation theory went to Pakistan.
Yeah.
Yes, the then Mirwais of Kashmir,
what was
uncle of Maulvi Farooq.
The problem is, we have to cauterize,
and you remain here.
Those that today take up cudgels on behalf of these individuals who are polluting the minds of our youth. And the only way you can do that The only way you can do that perhaps is by responding in a manner which suggests complete and absolute negation through the use of state instruments to end this nonsense that is going on in Jammu and Kashmir. The other way you can do that, most importantly, is to end the politics of appeasement. We're leaving it at that. I've run out of time on Upfront. Lots more coming up on the News Hour. Don't go away.
Tonight, Namo spins a motto for governance. What will New India choose? Watch the News Hour debate tonight at 9.